Hey, how's it going everyone? It's me, it's Count here with a brand new Pokemon Go discussion video. And for a few days now, we've had the powered up Pokéstop feature in Pokemon Go. And to my surprise, not a lot of players have been interacting with this feature. I do believe there's a lot of improvements that Niantic could make to this feature to get more players engaged with it. And I do think that for a lot of players, they want to engage with this feature. They're just being set back by a couple of things. And I'm going to be discussing all of that in today's video. So let's roll the intro and jump right into it. Alrighty, so powered up Pokéstops. I really thought this feature would be well received once it was released in Pokemon Go, considering the very positive implications it would have for rural players, especially because for those of us who live near very few Pokéstops and gyms, they were able to collect more items through this feature. Unfortunately, it seems like not a lot of players are paying attention to it, and I really do think that it is because Niantic has made some missteps with the design, and I do think that there are ways they can improve it. So here are a couple of ideas that I had on how they could improve powered up Pokéstops, and I do think that if they were to implement at least one or two of these, then more players will actually care about this feature. First and foremost, I like the idea of them actually increasing the interaction radius even further than it already is at higher levels. So let's say that if you are able to get it to level 3, then the Pokéstop interaction radius would be somewhere from 100 meters to about 120. Of course, currently every Pokéstop and gym have an interaction radius of about 80 meters, which is extremely high to begin with, but if you were to get a Pokéstop to level 3 and put in the work to it, then maybe you could increase it even more, and that would certainly incentivize players to actually go out and do these tasks. Now, one of the benefits of having a Pokéstop or a gym to level 3 is of course the additional spawns that you can get under that Pokéstop. I really do like this feature, but I do think that Niantic should build upon it even further, mainly because with a feature like this, I think if they were a little bit more transparent about it, they could make the feature a lot more valuable to a player's eye. And I do like the idea of even increasing the rarity of the spawns that you can get at level 3. Maybe you can have those spawns be a super rare spawn every hour. Like, that would be really cool, because let's say you have a level 3 Pokéstop near you, and every hour there is a spawn that's like a Dragonite or a Lapras. I think something like that would definitely incentivize players to get that Pokéstop to level 3. Because as of right now, I don't see a lot of players even aware that there are additional spawns when you level up a Pokéstop. So the more Niantic makes this open and well known, I think it's going to be better for this feature. Also, if you were to put the work into making a Pokéstop level 3, then why not have premium items be something you can get when you spin that Pokéstop? Of course, you could limit it to being once or twice daily so that people cannot just stock up on raid passes and different things like that, but I do like the idea of giving them a free premium item of some kind so that it gives them a huge incentive to get it to level 3. Now, of course, it's not just Pokéstops that you can level up, you could also level up gyms, and yeah, there's really no real incentive to do so aside from getting additional Premier Balls. I think there's a lot of cool things they could do for leveling up gyms that will get players very interested. First and foremost, why not have the raid encounter be permanently weather boost as long as that gym is level 3? I really like this idea, considering that a lot of people who level up a gym will probably do so for the raid benefits. Why not have the Pokemon itself be a higher level? And of course, this particular mechanic would definitely get players involved a lot more with this feature, but why not have additional ways to get Pokecoins daily through powered up Pokéstops and gyms? Let's say that if you were to defend a level 3 gym, then you should be able to get maybe 10 more additional Pokecoins daily. Something like that would definitely go a long way, considering that a lot of players have been asking for additional ways to get Pokecoins, and then of course Niantic needs to add more incentives for leveling up gyms. This would essentially kill two birds with one stone. So yeah, these are just some of the ways that Niantic could increase the incentives for powering up a Pokéstop or a gym. Now let's talk about the gameplay aspects, because as of right now, the only way to power up a gym or a Pokéstop is of course through AR mapping tasks, which a lot of players just do not care for, and some players are not even able to do them because of the limitations of their device. So I do think that they should branch out and have additional tasks that don't require AR mapping as part of this feature. I do think that there's a lot of things that they could do. First and foremost, I think it's pretty obvious that maybe they should have some sort of catch requirement, like if you were to catch a certain number of Pokemon under that particular Pokéstop or gym, then that would also increase the level. I think that's kind of like the bare minimum mechanic that they can introduce to make Pokéstops a lot more fun for leveling up. And of course there's a lot of other things that they could do, like for example, if they were to lure it up, I do think that alone should also power up that Pokéstop, considering that players are directly interacting with it. And then of course other things like maybe if you complete a field research task that Pokéstop gives you, that will also level it up. These things are some of the things that they really should implement to get players more involved with powering up Pokéstops and gyms. Obviously, as they are designed right now, they're trying to gear players towards doing a lot more AR mapping tasks, because before this feature, not a lot of players were engaging in that to begin with. And I'm sure Niantic wants to take that data to create new technologies with AR mapping. And yeah, I've already kind of spoke my piece regarding that, but I do not think this is the right direction that they should go. I think this feature actually has a lot of potential for some great gameplay. I just really think Niantic needs to expand upon it to get players actually engaged with it, because as the system currently is right now, not a lot of players are caring about powering up Pokéstops and gyms, and this was really evident with some of my experiences over the weekend. As I was going around my local areas, I noticed that there were very few level 3 gyms and Pokéstops in my area. Sure, there was a handful of level 1 Pokéstops, but there was not a lot of level 3 gyms and Pokéstops, and I was actually quite surprised about that, considering that a lot of players were actively anticipating this feature. I think just the very fact that the only way you could power up that Pokéstop was through AR mapping tasks just really drove people away from actually engaging with this feature. So I really do hope Niantic reconsiders and they add different ways for you to power up Pokéstops and gyms, because I do think this sort of feature could definitely help out rural players and people who just want to be more active with Pokémon GO. I do think that the ability to get additional items and to have some of these little benefits with Pokéstops and gyms is a really neat idea, and it's something that could be very beneficial for Pokémon GO in the long run. So yeah, hopefully Niantic doesn't just ditch this feature because it's not a smashing success in the beginning, and I really do hope they build upon it. But let me know your thoughts down below. How would you actually improve powering up Pokéstops and gyms? Definitely share those thoughts and let's have a great discussion. But yeah, if you ended up enjoying this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if it's your first time here, and don't forget that little bell as well. And I am Count Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.